One cool thing about new modern dive masks is that some of them have tinted or even mirrored lenses, but are they any good, or is it just clever marketing? Hi all of you awesome scuba divers out there, welcome to the Scuba Diver Magazine channel, your favourite place for the latest scuba diving news and gear reviews, and welcome to Ask Mark, our scuba diving Q&A, where I'm Mark, a former dive instructor, do my best to answer your scuba diving questions. So if you do have any scuba diving questions, pop them down in the comment section underneath this video. Use this Ask Mark hashtag to get it featured in an up and coming video, and in the meantime I do my best to type out an answer. But yeah, today I'm answering a question, I'm not even going to attempt your username, all about whether tinted masks are any good. So this user says, what do you think of tinted masks? I really think they're cool, but I've heard they pose a safety risk. When it comes to masks, is it possible to order them online? Do most masks fit most people? Most standard masks will just have tempered glass, and the like cheapest, if you look at the edge of it, it has a greenish tint to it. Those are just impurities in the glass. So that's the most basic, as it were. You then get some fancier, what I often call optical grade glasses that have fewer impurities, and when you look at the edge of the glass, it's more colorless, so you don't have those impurities. But then when it comes to lens treatments, there are several options out there. The first one is like little rose tinted lenses, where they actually give you more of a red vision whilst you're in the water. They're okay, but I don't see a huge point to them. It's supposed to bring the reds out of what you're looking at in the water, because the water is supposed to filter out the red lights, so you don't see it quite as much, so this puts the reds back in. But realistically, your eyes naturally adjust the longer you're in the water, so it doesn't have that greater effect. And if you really want to see the reds, then bring an underwater light, a light source closer to them, with less water to filter through, it really brings the reds back. So I really don't bother with like red tinted lenses. Some of them out there are designed to help with like contrast, so you can see things in bluer waters. They filter out very specific wavelengths of light, usually in the like blues and greens, and some of them, it's okay, but it's never something that I've seen a real issue with. I typically go for more just that clear optical grade glass. Your eyes do most of the rest of the work. The ones that filter out the more harmful UV rays, I'm a bit more on board with. If you're diving in really sunny climates, you spend a lot of time in the tropics, then as soon as you go outside, you put some sunglasses on to protect your eyes from the UV rays. The same with your dive mask. You put them on, they're most effective in shallower waters where all that light is beaming down on you, but with the light sort of glistening off the surface, as long as they're in place, they're filtering out the UV rays, and they're helping to protect your eyes from damage. On the flip side of that, you also get anti-reflective coatings. So instead of blocking certain wavelengths of light, they block reflecting light, if that makes sense. So with glass, obviously you can see it because light bounces off of it, and you can then see that reflected light. An anti-reflective, the most famous one is Atomic Aquatics ARC, the ARC lenses, anti-reflective coating, and that allows more light to pass through the glass, and the coating's on both sides, so that sometimes when you're diving in sunny climates, you can get the sun at like just the right angle, so that you actually see your own eye in the reflection on the inside of the lens. This anti-reflective coating helps to prevent that, because the glass itself is less likely to reflect light. I think you still get it a little bit, but it's not quite as pronounced. So there's yet another like treatment of lenses. Mirrored lenses, yeah, most people are, it's more professional divers who are against mirrored lenses. The main reason is that if there's an incident, it's quite useful to be able to, one, see the other person's eyes, but also as an instructor, it's quite important that my student can see my eyes, because that can help calm them down. If they're starting to panic and their instructor comes up and you can't see their eyes, and if anything they can see their own reflection of themselves panicking, that's never going to make anything better. So I tend to recommend against like mirrored lenses. I think there's an argument for, like, if you're spearfishing or something, so that the fish can't see your eyes, but they can then see this reflection, and you've got bubbles anyway, and well, you shouldn't really be spearfishing on scuba anyway. But if a 6-foot diver isn't scaring a fish away, then yeah, not being able to see your eyes isn't going to have any kind of effect. If anything, yeah, it's the noise and your presence that are going to scare the fish. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of mirrored lenses. As a rule of thumb though, I'll try any mask out there, depending on sort of what tint it has, and your eyes will adjust to it. It's kind of the weird thing where, yeah, when you start off, you wear the rose tinted lenses, everything looks red, and then after a while everything looks normal. When you take them off, then everything seems like green or blue or whatever it is. So your eyes naturally adjust, or your brain decodes those signals, and it just adjusts to whatever's going on around you. So I tend to lean more towards just standard glass, because it gets the job done. It's never really that much of an issue. It's not a matter of you'll wear one with some kind of a treated lens and one with another and go, oh my goodness, I'll never dive that again. It's just, yeah, that's kind of cool, that's quite nice. It might have a slight effect to like the contrast in the water, but I'd say a good 95% of divers out there just dive with standard tempered glass. I'm not too fussed about treated lenses. But yeah, I'd rank mask fit over anything else before like tinted lenses and all that kind of stuff. You can buy the fanciest mask that's out there. If it doesn't fit your face, it's just going to be annoying because it's going to continually fill with water. So use those kind of, hey, yeah, it's got these cool features on the lens, it's going to protect your eyes. It's a nice benefit, but yeah, just make sure it fits you first. As you said, can any mask fit? Kind of. It's the thing with mask skirts nowadays that there are a lot of very good sealing surfaces, and most of them will fit in like a basic sniff test. So yeah, it's something that's pretty safe, but it's never 100% safe. The best way to check to see if a mask fits is literally to go into a dive center. I've done a whole video on it, on how to like properly check. Ideally bring a snorkel or a mouthpiece for a regulator, so that your top lip is the correct shape when you're actually wearing the mask, and do a basic sniff test to see if it sticks. Yeah, most are okay. It's just sometimes it just doesn't fit. But yeah, any other questions, by all means pop them down in the comment section underneath this video. Remember to use this hashtag in your question to get it featured in an up and coming video. Otherwise, remember to like, share, subscribe, do all that good social media stuff. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.